Ghana, Africa. The first day we arrived here, we went to a school and got a tour, and then helped make bread with the students. The kids were very sweet, and some of them were actually orphans. Playing with stickers and toys with them was so rewarding, and even though we didn't speak the same language, we communicated through gestures, smiles, and loving expressions. Like, what is that? The kids loved these stickers, and they loved being filmed. Ghana was very crowded and filled with markets. Women would carry heavy items, even couches I saw on their heads. They made it look so easy. The women were definitely badasses and super strong. So next we arrived at the homestead that we were staying at by the sea. We were going to stay there for a week. The home was owned by a family, and they opened up their house to visitors. The village was known to be a fishing village, and many of the families got their money from going out on canoes nearby and netting the local fish and selling it in the big markets. There were kids everywhere. They even said that the village was all family, and that no kid was just one family's kid, but the whole neighborhood's kids. We got to see their school, and they showed us around, and we got to play games with them. There were a lot of community spaces where everyone would gather in the village, and it was a very open and community-focused town, unlike American, very individual setups. They greeted us with a traditional fire and drum ceremony that they would often all do together on the weekends to celebrate with the whole town. The kids showed their dances, they were practicing, and then taught us as well. Everyone was so sweet and nice, and we got to understand and make friends just with small gestures instead of words. The community also revolved a lot around the church. They had huge church ceremonies together where they would perform different miracles and prayers. This night was so special, I'll never forget it. And this dance they showed us, the story was all about welcoming people into their community and kind of how men and women in the community meet. So it was kind of about romance and love and welcoming people into the community. It's so cool to communicate with different people through dance and understand their story through dance instead of words. It was so hot there, hot, hot, hot. And everywhere you go, you're drenched in sweat. It's so humid there, and there is no AC, there's just fans, so you're always sweating. You don't want to wear much clothing, you don't want to wear shoes, you don't want to wear clothing, you don't want to be in the sun for too long. It's just so hot. The sun is so powerful there. And we went to this castle and learned about some of the history in the area. So there was this huge castle that had been there since the 1800s, and it was cool to walk through the up-to-date markets and then see the old castle that was there. In the market was always so busy and so hot, and the people were all nice, but they kept to themselves, and they didn't want to be photographed. So if you had a camera out, they usually would tell you to put it away. They didn't like to be on any photos. This was because someone came from, I believe, Nat Geo and took photos of them, and it kind of painted a negative light. and made them look like they needed help and they didn't want to be painted in that light. So we got to go to a matriarchal nonprofit that was created to benefit mothers around Ghana. They actually found that when you invest in women and mothers, the whole community will benefit the most. Stay tuned for my next trip to Morocco.